and would never be fine. Now it's for humankind as a shelter.
Welcome. I'm Meredith Davidson. I'm our 19th and 20th Century Southwest Collections Curator here at the New Mexico History Museum and Palace of the Governors. I'm one of the co-curators of the current exhibit that's upstairs, Voices of Counterculture in the Southwest. It was curated by myself and Jack Leffler. On behalf of the museum, I just want to welcome everyone to the program this afternoon. So this afternoon's program is really special. It was sort of an impromptu program. It wasn't on our originally scheduled program schedule. And I'm wondering how many people were either handed a flyer by Lisa Law or saw on her Facebook page that this program was happening, and that's how you knew about it. So obviously many of you know Lisa Law, and I just want to say while I'm standing up here that I'm so grateful to you, Lisa, for all that you did for this program and for the other programs that you've been supporting. And if you've gone through the exhibit upstairs, you know that quite a bit of her material is throughout the exhibit, and so we're just really grateful that you were willing to come work with us and help us make the exhibit what it is. So from my heart to yours, thank you. I feel like Wavy Gravy needs no introduction, so I feel a little silly even trying, but for those of you who don't know who Wavy Gravy is, go away. No. No, stay. It's worth it. Wavy Gravy is the founder of Hog Farm, which this year celebrated their 50th anniversary, which is unbelievable. And the amount of good work that you've done over the years is sort of indescribable. They still have a camp in California, Camp Blue Rainbow, that does summer camp for children and is doing really excellent work. And we'll learn a little bit about another program that you're intimately involved with at the end of the program. And I'm not really going to introduce you any further because the film does it. So here we go.
I am so excited that all of you people showed up. It's such short notice. I want you to give yourselves a round of applause. So it was something else to get Wavy to come here, but we coordinated it and flew him in. We had people donating to fly him in, and now he's going to be here for a while. And make sure you go upstairs and see the exhibit, Voices of the Counterculture.
Saving Foundation now, 5 million people are bumping into shit anymore. And we started in India and Nepal, we're now in 50 countries, so the beat goes on. And so does Camp Winter Rainbow, and the Hog Farm just had their 50th reunion, so.
Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do, is answer any questions.
And I have a microphone, so I'm going to hand it to you. Questions? Oh, okay. Can you pass this over to Susan?
Yes, what is it?
Hold on.
I have a question for Lisa Law. Lisa, I wanted to ask you a question about, you have in the exhibit upstairs, you have 5 or 6 framed pictures of blotter acid. Is that still acid in there?
No, it never was. It's just the art.
Oh, it's just the art. Okay, thanks.
I always tell people the acid's in the oranges.
other questions?
Just yell it out.
Okay. I was just wondering, is there a specific time in your life that you knew that fighting for peace is what you wanted to do?
Fighting for peace.
Oh, well, a time?
Like a specific moment?
I think it was at the moratorium. And Mitch Miller of Sing Along with Mitch was on stage with Pete Seeger's got everybody singing, all we are saying is give peace a chance, and Mitch Miller says, give me a sea of bees, and everybody's swaying. And I says to Abby Hoffman, I says, Abby says, they got Manavani in the wings. I said, Abby, Middle America has taken over the peace movement. We don't need to do this anymore. At that moment, somebody let loose 50 gulls, and one of them actually shit on my third eye. Abby says, there's your answer. We can never stop doing it. But I think people always say, what is my greatest legacy? And they expect me to say, Seva, of course, with, 5 million people not being blind anymore. Still, but actually, it's the kids who have come out of Camp Winter Rainbow. All these years, I figured that they're the world saviors. And I'm so delighted to be part of this camp and to be so inspired by all these delightful short people. And afterwards, I will be peddling copies of this film. I think we have 9 left, and I have some books, and between the books and the films, all that will help send the children of economically challenged parents, I'm so PC, to come to Camp Winter Rainbow. So please consume freely. I think I've got about 10 of each, so where am I going to be?
Right here, we're gonna move that table.
I'm going to be right here. They're going to move the table. I'll sign anything.
Any more questions?
Questions?
Over there.
Way back here. I've always really appreciated you, Wavy, for how incredibly positive and hopeful and inspiring you've been to generations of people throughout the years. But I've always been curious if there's anything that disappoints or discourages you about the way the world is.
I've got this great black t-shirt with white print on it, giant letters says, Trump hates me. And I love wearing it around. It's really fun. And I think it's just delightful that everybody is being called to arms, we shall lock him up, lock him up, lock him up.
Lock him up!
You beat him.
It's coming.
Is Bob Dylan a good roommate?
Well, we shared a room up above the gaslight back in the day. I don't see him too much these days at all. But
But he didn't eat all your peanut butter or...
he mostly just hovered on my typewriter. And I was so delighted to have the original draft of Hard Rain's Gonna Fall being typed on my typewriter. Bruce Springsteen said to me, you still got that typewriter? It was actually eaten by a Beacon storage. They had a fire. And it burned up the typewriter and my draft of Hard Rain's Gonna Fall, and Lenny Bruce's couch, which really hurt. Lenny had a couch that the bottom was cut out because he had broken his leg, so he was up in bed, so he was surrounded by the sides of the couch, and that was presented to me by John Judnick as one of my dearest possessions. And well, stuff comes, stuff goes, and that is the way of stuff.
Any more
You guys still live
questions?
at the hog ranch?
The hog farm? Yes, we have 700 acres, about 3 hours north of San Francisco, and a little hippie Hyannisport in town where you saw us. I was frying up those hot dogs and serving the ice cream and all that stuff. That's where I live, except when I'm in camp. But there's still a ton of us, and we're still breeding. Yeah.
Michael Moore suggests that humor is one of our best approaches to attacking the Trump administration. Do you have any tips for us that might help us out there?
If you don't have the sense of humor, it just isn't funny anymore. Laughter is the valve on the pressure cooker of life. If you don't laugh at stuff, I say this in the movie, you end up with your brains or your beans on the ceiling. And if all else fails, Harpo Marx says, stand on your head. And I maintain if you stand on your head long enough, gravity will get you smiling.
Any more questions?
Yes.
Did you have any teachers or inspirations when you were young that helped launch you on your spiritual and communitarian lifestyle?
Well, when I was 5, we were living in Princeton, and Albert Einstein came by. My mom had put me in the yard for my morning airing. I looked a lot like a little Winston Churchill. And Albert Einstein actually asked my mom if he could spin me around the block. And so, I mean, people have grilled me nonstop over the decades. What did he say? I was 5. I remember a twinkle in his eye, bushy, beautiful eyebrows and mustache and sneakers, sweatshirt, no logo. But, you know, what I do remember is as you remember when you were a kid, you can remember a smell, an odor. And he had a particular odor like no other. And someday I'll be walking down the street and I'll say, hey man, you smell like Albert Einstein. Could happen. Yes.
Do you still trip?
I stumble. Of your heart.